And we're back with some more Dyson Sphere Program. And today we're going to try farming these hive guys, whatever you call them, the fogs. First though, I'm going to wipe out this base. I only want one base on this planet to start, then we're going to shield the rest of it. So there's two ways to farm. One is passive farming, and one is high intensity. We're going to try the high intensity farming. And I didn't bring along a geothermal power station. You know what? We'll just have to use landfill. Expensive, but done. Now, to do this excessive farming or active farming, what you want to do is get close enough to it that you can put down a little tower that stimulates them, and it makes them go nuts and attack you all the time. These signal towers. Since that stirs them up and makes them angry, they attack more, which means you get more resources out of them. Problem is, it's just a constant wave, and that can be a problem after... it can be a problem. Whereas the passive farming method is more just putting down a big, giant defensive setup, and then they will attack you every so often when the power demands hit a certain level. That we would like to not deal with, because that's much slower. It's much safer, much easier to repair things, but we don't want that. I think we'll come at this from below. I want to make sure that we've got a nice area to build on, and that one seems to be on a link, so we'll come down here a little bit. We're going to build ourselves a defensive line, and then once we've built ourselves a defensive line, we'll activate it and then squeeze our way closer. Yeah, so right about there. I can see the tower up there. I should maybe turn off our defensive drones so we don't accidentally annihilate them as well. But no. First we'll build up the towers, then we'll turn off the defensive drones. A quick line of laser turrets to start. We're going to have to put power behind this as well. And the thing is, we're going to have to learn how to make sure... Well, we're going to have to see how close we can get before they start aggroing, how close we have to get our signal towers. There's going to be a whole bunch of learning going on here, and hopefully not a lot of dying. But we're going to need to bring in power. So, first things first, we're going to want some antimatter fuel rods. Small amount should do, 1,000 or so. However, we're going to be doing a remote demand. Yep, so they'll take in 1,200 because of the way we got this. No local demand, that's fine. We'll give you some ships at least to start. We might load you up with other things, but for now, we're going to put the power out the back. No, actually no, first we should hook up this power up the front. Then we'll put the power generators at the back. So you can go there, there, and there. And then at the rear here... Damn it! Where are the power generators? Oh, they must be under Dyson Sphere. Yep, here we go. Artificial suns. We're going to put a... Collide with other object? Seriously? Okay, so you have to hit plus 3 times. Fine, there you go. That should provide more than sufficient power for our needs. And... What if I put the transport belt down first? Right, will that work? No, never mind. It's not one of those types of buildings. You can do that with turrets. Looks like we have to use inserters to get these started. That's... It's fine. This just feels so inelegant. I really feel like if they just had these things get automatically fueled, it would have made things just prettier or something. Alright, you. Give me some of that lovely antimatter fuel. We'll pick up a little bit of it here. And then we'll dump some in. Perfect. And we got an achievement for that. Perfect. What are you? Another one knocked off. Milestone power storage. You've activated an accumulator and learned to actively plan for home base construction. No, I don't want that one. I'm not using accumulators. I'm just going to be pulling my power direct from the sun. So that one we might never get. Unipolar magnets we'll definitely get our hands on. Alright, how much power is that giving us? Plenty. Sufficient to run our front lines. Now, time to crawl forward a little bit and see when they start getting irritable. I think 2 or 3 more layers. Just like... This is just to get a feel for what's going on. I want to see how close you have to get to these guys before they start getting aggro. At 3 layers, that's pretty good. Then we'll just stick in a 4th. And, oh, that's off by 1 tile. Yeah, we can fix that. We can fix that real quick. Damn it. Those guys over there don't seem angry at all. Oh, and... Oh, no. Damn it. I should have turned those guys off. Oops. Okay, now they're a little bit angry, but they're going to go away again in a minute. You guys, I need to turn you off somehow. Well, it seems we're triggering them to attack consistently without actually putting down one of those stimulation towers. The, signal towers. It seems once they're triggered, they're just... Yeah, they're going to keep coming. Now that means that's going to level up rather quickly. You can see its experience rising there. The more of this stuff we kill, the more the experience, but we've also got to worry about the space-based tower. The dark fog hive in space. This thing here is going to get aggressive and attack us as well. So we're going to need to put down weapons that take out space-based threats too. How's our power looking? Yeah, we're barely touching the power. And these guys here, they'll collect what's dropped, and they will also repair towers. We may want to make a hole or two. Put these guys in it. That means they can pull stuff from closer to the front line. That'll work. We'll also have to make a few changes to what they collect and things like that, but yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. I'll have to make some modifications to this. This is just getting us started. Let me put in some space-based defenses. We brought with us some, was it plasma turrets? They do overkill damage. That'll help us level up this base faster. I'll get more of that later. And we brought planetary shields, and we also brought plasma turrets. Plasma turrets will shoot down space-based threats, and the planetary shields should defend us a little bit from those space-based threats while we're at it. So, planetary shield generator, do you have a radius that I can see? No, you don't. Once I put it down, though, we should be able to see the radius, right? You are charging? Let's look from space. No, thinking about it. Maybe if we increase the charging rate. Is there an show shield contour? Okay, planetary generator. There's no... Like, on these things here, you have this max charging power, 60 megawatts. We can crank that up if we want to charge that thing faster. This one here does not seem to have that. Okay, at this level it would initiate, I presume, and start defending us. This is normal level, and then power buffer for when it gets hammered on. How are you looking over there? Wow, you're almost going to level 7 already. I need to move a little bit faster on this, perhaps. Alright, now I can see it. I did have to turn on this thing down here, defensive ranges, to see turrets, but, oh, actually, no, never mind. It seems to be you can click on these and zoom out a bit, it shows it. Now the shield is active, so that should mean no more bases can land near there, and it'll defend anything inside there from space-based attack. Now, let's put down some long-range defensive turrets. We'll come down here a bit, let's say. I'm thinking some of these plasma turrets will make a glorious mess. And these guys can be placed on transport belt. Thank you. Okay, you know what, we'll put down 3 for now. We might have to make a few more along there. In fact, I think we'll do a double layer of these suckers. That there looks an awful lot like awesomeness. Now, you, where is our plasma capsules? They're on their way. Alright, so once the plasma capsules come in, I don't know if those turrets need power, but we'll find out. The plasma capsules will go down there, get split off, and feed into those two. Now, how are we looking on the front line? Okay, their aggression appears to have eased off. Ooh, Planetary Shield Guide. You know what? I should probably read this. Yeah, basically what we thought. It shields you from space-based attacks only, but it gets bigger the longer, like, once it's left to fully charge, and will probably get smaller if it goes down in size. For now, how are we looking? You're going grand, and finally the ammunition has shown up. It's also been proliferated, so each one of these shots can hold 13 instead of 10, and we should put down some power to make sure these things work, right? Yeah, easy peasy. That should defend us from space-based attacks. This does not target ground. We need to target space and upper air? Relay stations only. No, we don't want you targeting upper air. Upper atmosphere would be the relay stations. We don't want the relay station destroyed, because then we could not keep farming this. We want that relay station right there. Now, let's see if we can stimulate this place a bit by putting down one of those lovely, jovely signal facilities. Now, does that cause it to go nuts? Sometimes you have to place it in a certain range. Okay, it does seem to be making them a little bit irritable. Right, we're going to need to level this baby up. And we're going to need to get a signal tower closer. And this is kind of... Okay, it looks clean, but it needs to be more efficient. I think I'll leave a sort of a gap in the middle for infrastructure-style stuff. And then the edges will be more heavy firepower. Give me 2 seconds here. The reason we've installed these plasma turrets, or the SR plasma turrets, these are short-range turrets. They do a lot of damage, though. And I would advise that overkill damage is what really cranks up the threat level. As in, the more you overkill these enemies, the faster that the base levels up. We're just killing them with laser turrets, which do precisely enough. They basically are one of those things that hit them with a beam, and they do a small amount of damage, and after a while, the thing just dies. You see its health slowly going down. However, these things are more like big blasts of plasma that explode in their face and do quite a lot of damage. How much ammo we got? Yeah, we got plenty of ammo. And that's going to go along there. There we go. Now let's see what the experience is looking like. So you're 16238. Yeah, they seem to be doing a good job. In that case, let's stick on a signal tower right here. Will that irritate them? Okay, they seem to now be a little bit more radar, but we might need to put in some more. I've experimented with signal towers before, but this one doesn't seem to be... Okay, now we're seeing just a little bit more activity. Perfect, this is what we want. Base is upgraded to level 7. Now that it's upgrading to level 7, that means that... Oh yeah, that's much better. Can I get rid of that one? It's a little bit exposed. Yep, that does seem to be working. Excellent. Now we're looking on supplies. Yeah, grand. You are currently a level 7 base, which means we'll get stuff from this level. We need to get up to level 12 before we're going to get Dark Fog Matrix. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to use this active farming method is it levels up the bases a lot faster. Okay, you've gone from level 6 to level 7. Oh, wait, no, never mind, you're level 8. We should get you up to level 9 in no time at all. I think I might need more laser towers to keep up with this. Also, maybe a few more of these battlefield analysis bases just to make sure all the repairs keep getting done. Another thing we could do... Where is it? This thing? Yeah, drop filters. Like, they do drop antimatter, which we could then use to make energy? I wonder if these things could ever be self-powering. They do drop annihilation constraint spheres? Like, there is some very good high-end stuff here that could be used to make some... Actually, could it be used to make ammunition? That would be even more fun. You know what, we'll worry about that in a minute. For now, I need to improve this so that we don't get as much damage. We don't want to start losing laser towers on the front line. And you are level 8, going on level 9. This should be a quick way to level up. I was hoping we could get up to like the max level in about an hour of playtime. We might actually go a bit faster than that. Those plasma towers are making a horrific mess. I love it. Now what I want to do is wall this thing in. This thing is going to become a much bigger base. Its buildings are going to start expanding. And then it might accidentally start going the wrong way and attacking from the rear. If that were to happen, that would be awkward. So I might build a ring of laser turrets all the way around, just to prevent any would-be mess. Just for now. In the end, what we're going to do is we're going to ring this entire base. The entire thing is going to be stopped. Well, a few outposts around to stop any random wanderings. And then we're going to mine this entire planet. Reason being, this thing has stalagmite crystals, organic crystals, and coal. If possible, I'd like to get my hands on all of those. The oil over here, I think, is lost, but there's plenty of oil over the other side, and most of the coal seems to be elsewhere, so we should be able to farm this planet quite effectively, assuming we can contain this contamination. A little bit of time later, we now have a ring of laser turrets going all the way around, just to make doubly sure nothing happens. I might even put down a couple more shields, just to make sure we're super duper well protected. Well, we'll stick one over there, and another one over here. Why not? We can afford it. Too close to the shield generator? Fine, you can go there. It's a little bit asymmetrical, but I'm okay with that for now. Might clean it up later, but this seems to be working. The laser turrets are doing their job. The plasma turrets are doing theirs. Everything's dying at a pretty fast rate. How's the plasma ammo looking? I'm gonna have to double check to make sure that's not going to run out, but it seems to be kicking butt. We're already up to base level 11. One more level and we'll already be back up to that where we were on that other planet. What was it, 12? Yeah, level 12 and we'll be getting our hands on Dark Fog Matrix. But realistically, I think we need to get to level 24 so we can start getting Euler polar magnets. Let's fast forward a bit, see how the enemies respond, see if we need to start installing additional turrets, or if we just start pulling back. I'm worried that what'll happen is that the base keeps expanding, and when it does, at some point, its expansion will get so close to the turrets, we'll start killing the base as it tries to expand, meaning it can't expand anymore. But I think we're far enough away this time that it might actually work. We'll just have to see how big it gets. We did a little bit of fiddling here, and basically we're getting all the dark shards, and we're outputting them onto this transport belt, all the way along here, and over to this transport tower. So now we've got energy shards, and Dark Fog Matrix on the network. Now we just gotta see what else shows up. We're already up to level 14, which gives us nothing new. Level 15, we'll start getting some reinforced. Yeah, no, thank you. What are these crystal explosive units? Yeah, I don't think I even want those. Most of the rest of this stuff I don't care about. All I really like was unipolar magnets and antimatter fuel rods. Those could come in very handy. And Power Joe at the moment is still looking minuscule. Alright. I just have to make sure that nothing else can land on this planet. So we might have to build a shield wall around the entire planet or something like that. We'll wait just a little bit longer until this thing gets up to its full level. I want to see just how big of a threat this becomes once it hits level, what's the next one? 24? Once it's level 24, then we'll find out. I mean, we're already at level 14. This thing's going up at record speed. Oh, wait a minute. Level 15 has brought something new to the table. Matter recombinator drop. What the hell is this? Obtained from dark fog debris. Research reveals that this substance has powerful decomposing and recomposing abilities. It can instantly decompose matter into particles, then recompose these particles as designed to generate a different type of matter. Right then. Have we got any research because of this? That would be nice. I'm not seeing any new research. Wait, matter recombinator. Ha! Requires 600 dark fog matrix. And it gives us recomposing assembler. Yes, that actually... that we can use. Production speed by 3. I think we can... in fact, we might as well just do the research here. No reason not to. Well, the plan is quite simple. We're just going to switch research over to this new research. Matter recombinator. We'll get rid of the vein utilization upgrade. Where is it? Yeah, this one here is at 8%. We'll just cancel that. And then... queue it up a bunch more. No? No matrix research conducted. How do I research you then? Oh, please initiate such research manually. Very well. In that case, we should have enough on us to take care of this in no time at all. And then we can go right back to this stuff. Yeah, perfect, perfect. In that case, we don't need this research lab at all. Oopsie. Now we just gotta hold out and see what other research it's going to give us. Yeah, there's a few buildings. That was it. There was a bunch of buildings we were supposed to get our hands on at some point, but they never showed up. So all we have to do is wait till we get to the top level. You know, no. I don't want any of you guys. In fact, we don't even want that explosive crystal. Yeah, we'll just wait till we get to the end there. And how are you looking? Yeah, power draw is minuscule. We still have plenty of ammo and storage. Suppose we just keep farming this dark fog for all it's worth. Alright, research you're just about to complete there. And... done. You've obtained matter recombination technology. This enables matter to be recomposed to particle size combination. Blah, blah, blah. All it means is... we now gain access to level 3 assembly machines. They do require dark shards and... well, basically you have to farm dark fog stuff to get it, but it should allow us to make more compact builds. Next up we're going to get some furnaces. Pretty sure there's furnaces, we've already got chemical plants. Is there a chemical plants Mark 3? You know what, who cares? There's definitely a furnace Mark 3. We'll have to find out. Enemy base has hit level 18. That should mean, ooh, new shiny stuff. Silicon-based neuron. Obtained from the dark fog debris, these silicon-based neurons have both storage and computing capabilities. When several silicon-based neurons are combined, they can simulate the brain operations of a carbon-based life form. Right. Research? Okay, that's new. Digital analog computation. A self-evolution lab allows silicon-based neurons to autonomously adjust and improve neural networking while constantly learning and adapting, similar to the synaptic plasticity of biological neurons. Over time, silicon-based neurons, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait a minute, I think I get this one. This thing has faster research speed, but it can't actually produce stuff faster. As in, you can't make science hashes faster, you just can consume them faster. Which, I think is kind of pointless. You know what, I'll research it anyway because it's there to be researched, but I don't think it's really worth it. Right, well that's researching. We'll just queue up all the other stuff again. I really do like the queue system in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and... which is easier? You know what? Grab you, you're only 8k, and you are 32k. We just want to make sure our logistics stay up to speed. But basically, we're just pouring everything into this. Right now, Orlor's per mining operation is at 20%, meaning, yeah, we get, like, we lose so little ore when we're mining, it's kind of ridiculous. But it's fine. Okay, we're at level 18, we'll be at level 19 in a bit, and we just got to get up to level 24. It's definitely slowing down a bit, I find. Like, if we jumped from level 6 to level 8 in no time at all. This is definitely a little bit slower, but I'm thinking our plasma turrets are definitely winning out for us. And to make sure that we don't run out of ammunition, I checked here, and globally, this is the entire star cluster, we're producing 90 plasma capsules per minute, and we're consuming about 10. So we should actually be able to increase the amount of plasma capsules killing if we wanted to. But I think we'll leave it where it is. It seems to be working, and there's no point messing with it just yet. It's about to hit level 20. I don't want to see if any new buildings grow onto it. I haven't seen any grow in a while, and I think this might be... This is as big as it gets? Can't be, right? Level 20? Any new structures? Did I miss something? No, just done. Finished assembling. And we'll find out when we hit level 21. That should be another breakpoint for it. We're not quite at level 21 yet. We need to get to level 24 to get the max things, but level 21 should hopefully open up something new. We've got something new at level 12, 15, 18. I'm assuming 21 and 24 are also going to give us new stuff. Could be wrong, of course. Open to being proven wrong. But over here we've got a little bit of problem. This stuff's about to fill up the energy shards. So, since they're a fuel, we're just going to have the overflow go down here and get fed into these, well, thermal generators. So... hopefully that'll stop that from backing up, though I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these dark fog energy matrix, or these dark fog matrices. I think once we've done the research, the only thing we can use them for that I've been able to figure out so far... self-evolving labs, which we don't even really want. I mean, maybe we should? Yeah, you know what? I'll worry about it later. For now, that should tide us over until we at least hit level 24, and when that happens, we'll figure out what we're going to have to do with the excess dark fog matrices. Don't think you can burn those. There's got to be something we can do with them, though, to dispose of them. Or maybe we just stop collecting them because we don't need them. Okay, level 21. Show me some extra bling on your base. I'm not seeing it. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it takes a little bit more time, but... Our newest toy is the Negatropy Singularity. Yeah, basically all this thing is good for is researching this new tech. Faster smelters. Our smelters will have triple speed as opposed to, I think it's 1.5 or whatever. Yes, we'll take it. We'll just get rid of all of those other... Oh, I should probably grab some researcher stuff first. We have a whole bunch of dark fog in here. Yeah, give us a whole bunch of that stuff. And yeah, we'll be done at that in no time. And then we'll just queue up a few more of these. Actually, I might let the logistics carrier capacity kick in a little bit. Yeah, there you go. I don't know if I should queue up most of this stuff anymore on the grounds that we're probably going to have a few more researchers to go in a minute or so. Well, I think that's the last building? I don't know if there's any more that need researching. Maybe a chemical plant? And why are you... Oh. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. We don't have enough power demand to burn that all off. So, what if we grab out a couple of these guys? We don't need this much power that we're currently burning. A little bit more, maybe. There we go. That should hopefully kick the thermal generators into a higher gear. Maybe we should build a few more thermal generators. Chucked in a few more thermal generators to burn off those shards. Also ripped out a few more of the artificial suns. Turns out we had more than enough power to run this. Turns out it doesn't need nearly as much as I thought. I thought these plasma turrets were going to be absolutely massive power hogs, but hey, seems to be working out. We'll let that do its thing. And now that we're burning off this excess of shards, hopefully... Guys, don't let me down now. Actually catch up if you wouldn't mind. And we're about to hit level 22. And 24 is the max, so... yeah, bring it on. We appear to have encountered the first fly in the ointment. Namely, this can no longer be repaired. Well, it can just about keep up being repaired as much as it's being damaged. I might try and move this back a tad. Can we fit that one in there somewhere? Collide with other objects? No. Let me do some playing around here. Maybe we can move it back a scooch. There, we've just moved it back a 1 or 2 tiles. Okay, they're targeting again, but I can't tell if that's better or worse. Yeah, it seems slightly better. It'll be fine. We'll just put that laser turret back there. Wait. Nope. Got to be right there. I want to keep things as even as possible. Oh, that new stuff we're sending over here, the Negatropy Singularity stuff. We're just having that come out across here and sent over to that side. All looks pretty nice and neat. Though I am, definitely gonna have to find a outlet for that dark fog matrix. Something needs to be done about that once it starts hitting excess. I had to leave the planet for a second, but in Delta Analyse, it's got up to boss level 24. I'll be back there in a minute. We're just, someone landed on one of our old bases. I had to go take it out. But we'll have a quick check here, and I think this will get us the antimatter fuel rods, whatever the hell it is, that we need to finally do the last of our bus. And then once that's done, we can just start, well, churning out our giant Dyson sphere. Well, nothing too crazy happened. For some strange reason, sometimes these signal towers work, sometimes these don't. So I had to move them around a bit. Now I've got two, just in case. Just to make sure they keep getting aggroed. And, okay, that's new. I've also put in some signal towers, some laser turrets, and some plasma turrets, just in case anything gets destroyed. But now we've got core element? What the hell is core? 1 second. Well, this looks like a new technology. Yes, we shall take that. Thank you very much. Use items from inventory. Yes, please. This should be the last tech we need from this, so we might just stop collecting those annoying, well, the research cubey things. I don't think we need them anymore. And we'll queue up that as well. And also, it's sometimes nice to move away from all of this violence. The sound is, it's a lot of sound, let's just say. Right, all calculated. Unlocked all secret technologies. That's great. That means we no longer need these sounding things. 1 second, you guys. Get out. Don't want you on me. Which means you guys. Yep. All of you. Don't want you. Just, I think we've got it done. I think we've got it unlocked. Just looking at this here, we're at base level 26. It's still going up a bit. This thing does get damaged, this little sensor tower, the signal tower, but it seems to just keep recovering. Now, we're going to need to do something about overflow, namely because, well, we're full on energy shards. Well, energy shards we can worry about. It's these matter recombiners, silicon-based neurons. Problem is, well, they're kind of filling things up. Like, these guys, we're burning them off just about, though as the base gets stronger, we may actually have to put in more thermal generators. Like, the big difference here is trying to dispose of the stuff you kind of want but don't want. You want some of it, but not too much. So I think our best bet, head back to our little mall and start using these bits and bobs. I think I'm going to turn off... I've turned on Dark Fog Matrix again just to fill this up, but I think I'm going to turn that off again shortly. We also have an awful lot of these silicon-based neurons, which you're probably not going to need, and a whole bunch of matter recombinators. Those I think we do. You see, the recomposing assemblers require those. Also, the self-evolution labs, I don't really care. What? 1 second, I gotta go take care of this. Where are you? Is there another base on this map? Did I, like, not notice it? Oh, it's over on that planet. I'll go take care of that real quick. Before we head out of here, there's a couple of things we need to take care of. Namely, all of the resources coming out of these buildings needs to be accounted for. So what we've done over here is, there's 3 resources coming out on this side. The unipolar magnets, the weird bluey things, and the weird orangey things. Yep, I know their names perfectly. And then they come down here and they get filtered. So I don't really need to filter them, but I'm doing it now so I don't have to worry about it later. We could just have them all run right in, but this also gives us some other options. You can see there's the orange ones on the left, the bluey things, what is it? Negatropy, singularity, whatever. The bluey things, unipolar magnets, and the core elements. I'm just going to call you a core. Okay, so the yellow cores, all of those go in there. They all get separated out this section. We just have little filters set up on all of these. That way we can add on more if we want to as well. Then going the opposite direction, we actually have the warpers and the neuron things. So the warpers and the neurons come down here, and they come all the way to the end over here, and then the same thing happens. They get split up. Now the reason we're doing that is because we also want to get one last thing out of there, and that is these things, the antimatter fuel rods. Problem with these things is they don't have production or proliferate applied to them, and when they proliferate, we can't really dump those into the system. We don't want to be using unproliferated stuff. It might contaminate stuff later on. So we're going to have it come down here and get proliferated, and then we're going to feed it right back into the power supply for the space. Seems like just the easiest thing to do. And we're also going to stick a bunch of these boxes on top of it. We want to make sure that we don't have to come back here for a while, so we're going to put in a lot of redundancy, let's just say, for backups and things. And that means what we got to do is grab one of these guys and say filtered output for the antimatter fuel rods, and they come out here. They come down and boom, perfect. So the prioritize going out here. Now what we want to do is have them go across over here. 1 second. Nice. And finished. Perfect. We should be able to make this whole thing self-sustaining. Now I just gotta plug in the rest of these. With all of those plugged in, seems to be working. You, come down here actually, and go across. Perfect. Now that should mean that if this... Okay. This should back up to here, and if we're running out of power, it'll pull power from this. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think we're going to actually end up with too many antimatter fuel rods coming in, at which point we will disconnect this cable here and we'll have to dump the antimatter fuel rods into the system. We'll work out ways around it. But for now, I think we're good. I'll put in one more of these, though. You see, what I was going to do was initially put a massive ring of shields all the way around the planet. But now I'm thinking, why bother? I'll just double layer us with laser turrets, and then if another thing does land somewhere, we should still be fine. Yeah, give me one sec. Do you know when you're in a nightclub bathroom, and all you can hear is doom, 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 doom? Sort of the same thing, but with, like, dark fog. Alright, let's see how we're looking on the power front over here. Yeah, we're holding up, and there's... Yeah, I think we got plenty. Why are those things working out so unevenly? You know what? It's fine. So we got 11 there. Damn it! Why is it taking from the middle? Stop that. Alright, we'll leave this whole thing alone. We'll check back on it in an hour or so. For now, I want to head back home, and I want to start utilizing these lovely, beautiful things we've collected. We're going to start using all of these, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw all of them to another planet, and then burn them off, the ones we don't need. Or just dump them into excessively oversized storages. Yeah, give me a minute while I head back home. Actually, give me a minute while I make a list of all the stuff we gotta burn off. Right now, I'm trying to utilize those resources we got, namely the dark fog matrix and silicon-based neurons. I want to basically jam them in and make a whole bunch of these leveled up self-evolution labs. However, there is another opportunity that has arisen while this is going on. Our new core, the place where we put everything, a little hive has shown up. And what I thought was I wanted to test it if we could shoot down the ships it sends out. Like this thing sends out landing things that try and land on other planets. What if we just put a couple of these things, you know, the plasma cannons? If we just dump some plasma cannons, say a couple at each pole on every planet, would they be able to shoot down the incoming landing ships before they land? Instead of having to shield the entire planet, just blast everything out of the sky before it can land. Yeah, it might work. Just give me a minute to put down a few of these. We'll enable it on all these planets because it's, well, convenient right now. And at the same time, it's pretty easy to do since we've got the ammunition production right close by. Now, I need to put something on this planet that distributes the plasma capsules to everyone around here. Actually, we can do that real quick. The plasma ammunition is built over here. We've actually got, 3 ranks of it. And... oh, 1 second, I've got an idea. There we go. We just plop that out there. It'll hold 3 of them, and you can be distributed to other distributors. And you've already chucked off 100 to that section we've built. So, game saving. If we go up to this guy over here now, they should be loaded up and good to go. Or, guys, where's the ammunition for this guy? Hey, here they come. Now the thing is, since it only has to shoot down a ship very, very rarely, this should mean that it doesn't matter how slow the ammunition is being delivered. Plus, there's 13 for every shot. Yeah, so it'll have 1,300 shots before it runs dry. I think it'll be good. Then all we do is just put another on the opposite side, so we should hopefully have a visible or line of sight on anything coming towards the planet. And then we'll see if it works. Theory meets practice. Oh, one thing I forgot to point out. I have changed this so that it targets upper air relay stations only. So it'll target the upper air, so it will target relay stations, and it will target space targets. So 4 of those are done. We have 1 here, 1 here, and then we've got 2 on the other side. Another one in, say, that section right there, and that section right there. I figure anything coming at this planet should end up with a line of sight on one of these turrets, or one of those turrets should end up with a line of sight on anything coming to this planet, whatever way you would think about it, and then it should hopefully blast them to smithereens. I have done the same already on our second planet, Proliferate. Then I'm going to try the same on Nucor 3, Smelter, actually Smelter, then Nucor 3, then Nucor 5. Because while we're waiting for all this to happen, this hive core over here is just constantly, it's just going to keep churning out those landing craft. And I just want to make sure we never have to deal with them. So, 2 cannons on every single planet in this system. Just set up, 2 on each pole. Well, sorry, 4. 2 on each pole of the planets. And what we're hoping here is that if this hive tries to launch any of its ships to land on the planets, that they get shot down before they land. If they do, then we don't have to cover entire planets in shields just to prevent things. Like if you want to walk away from your PC and just leave it alone for a while, you can't really do that once you've got the dark fog enabled, unless you shield your entire planets. That's time consuming and annoying. If we could do it with 4 cannons on each planet, that would be much more convenient. Or this fails miserably, I don't know which. Are you going to start sending out more? I really thought the thing would be sending out more by now. You know what, let's go have a quick gander at it and not shoot it. Well, hello there, Mr. Hive. How are you doing today? You are building a relay station. It is at 63.7%. Alright, so those things, I don't think they can run out of relay stations if you don't destroy them first. Then they have to generate backup power or something. But those things there, whatever that is, the base ones, they seem to be able to just keep regenerating more and more relay stations all the time. I haven't tried killing enough of them, but I suppose we'll find out. Once that thing finishes building that relay station, it's going to try and land on one of the planets. If it lands successfully, then either we need to increase the amount of guns per planet, or it just doesn't work. Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. Now, where was I? Yes. I need to finish off using these new resources we've acquired. What we're doing here is we're bringing in those silicon-based neurons, and we're bringing in the dark fog science matrix thingies, and we're going to dump a whole bunch of them into these containers. That way we have a stockpile of them. Then I think any excess we're just going to destroy, or we might actually just disable the collection of them altogether. I don't think you only need these to make labs. That's it. As far as I can see, they only have one purpose. Well, the dark fog matrices have the purpose of doing the research, but these neurons seem to only make labs, and that is it. So once we've made about 1,200 labs, we can shut them off. I don't think we'll need 1,200 labs, but better safe than sorry. So let's mass produce these suckers real quick. So, filthy lab setup has been complete. Oh, I'm going to increase the dark fog matrix thing so it can go a little bit faster. Though I'm pretty sure the main downside will be this production system over here. You know what? There we go. Speed that up a bit. Yes, much better. Alright, so from now on, I suppose we will only use these stupidly self-evolution labs from now on. They cost way more power, they're probably less efficient, but I don't care. We're going for the endgame stuff. Efficiency be damned. Now, all I gotta do is put together negatropy smelters and recomposing assemblers, which means we're going to need an arc smelter, plane smelter, negatropy assembler, assembly machine Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, and the recompilers. As for the quantum chemical plants, you know what? Let's do it. Let's stick together quantum chemical plants as well and get every single piece of the endgame tech done. So, these 5 ships are attacking our planet. Wait, there was 5. Never mind. This is the planet, the farm, that has plasma cannons on it. Those ships didn't even get close. They were miles away and they still got blapped. That's... That gives me hope that nothing's landing on any of our planets anymore. Oh, anything that has plasma cannons on it, I don't think anything can land. That really simplifies things. Mass producing that plasma. You know what? We don't need any more plasma. We're fine for now. What I am going to do, though, is finish out that production set. Okay, finished. We've got one of these stupidly overcomplicated whatever. The entropy smelters. They're done. They're finished. They produce stuff 3 times faster than base smelters, but they use 2.88 megawatts while working. Whereas the normal ones use 360 kilowatts, which means these things are just ridiculous power hogs, like just massive power drawers. So we're going to, well, the plan is we're going to build ourselves a giant Dyson Sphere around a blue giant, and then we're going to take all of that power, turn it into those, feed into artificial suns, turn it into whatever, antimatter fuel, blah, blah, blah. So we should have absolutely gobsmackingly large amounts of power to play around with anyway, so this is actually a good way to burn it off. And we can make nice compact builds out of it, which means our computer won't fall over as fast, preferably. So now I just got to do this. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to go off and do this on the side, but next up I'm going to produce these recomposing assemblers. I'm going to have to stick those together. They use some of the same parts. I'm going to go back and check on... Actually, I'll have a quick check back on our little farm for the time being and see how it's going on. Checking on our hive before we go. It is operational, but It hasn't produced any of those landers. I think they got shut down. I think the plan worked, which saves us an awful lot of time. And that means we can just leave that hive there, and it's basically useless. There's nothing it can do. It can't land on any planets. It's just pointless. Let's just have a quick pop over to the farm and see how we're going. It's just I like the idea of being able to ignore the dark fog. That way we can leave this base run overnight type of thing. Because, well, we're churning out 1,000 science per minute. If we could let that run overnight, we could crank out an awful lot of those efficiency upgrades without having to waste our time defending them at the same time. There we are. Excellent. Let's pop down and have a quick check to make sure nothing's clogged up. I've also threw down a couple of extra artificial suns just to make sure things went smoothly. Power-wise, it's literally powering itself. There's more antimatter fuel rods here than when we left, so the amount of stuff we're killing is generating antimatter fuel rods. Those antimatter fuel rods are powering the weapons. Well, okay, except for the plasma stuff here. We need to feed those whatchamacallit, plasma capsules? No, I'm just thinking we could maybe siphon off some of the other resources like this thing. There's a whole bunch of resources that come in here, so we could use that to make ammunition for stuff, but it's too much effort. Now, there's a backlog in a few things here. Namely, these boyos. Matter recombinators. Okay, so the matter recombinators have backed up. We've also got a bit of a backup on the... Okay, the silicon-based neurons. Wait. No, we have not. Why aren't you guys flowing out? That was not connected. Well, okay. That is awkward. Well, in all fairness, it's only needed for one thing, so we're probably fine. These guys are... Yep, they're full to the gills. Did we not use those for something? I could have sworn we used those for something. Yeah, well, that means that's the only thing that's left that needs doing. And... oh, God. Right. So... we have just gobsmacking large amounts of unipolar magnets and those core elements. Those core elements are used to make a fuel thing. I'm going to need to take care of those. Give me a second. So, this stuff here, this core element, as far as I can see, only purpose to make strange annihilation fuel rods. They can go in these artificial suns, but I can't see a benefit to them. Wait, let me rephrase that. There's a good benefit to running them in your mecha. If you put them in your mecha, you get 10 times the power per piece, as in one of these is worth the same as 10 antimatter fuel rods in terms of power generation. And its generation efficiency is like 2300%. You get twice as much power per second, basically, so it'll recharge you quicker so long as you're running on this stuff. So yes, for your mech, absolutely amazing. But even if you proliferate all the ingredients, all you get is a production speed up, so you can't actually multiply the power you're getting out of this. All you're doing is increasing the density at the cost of putting in a bunch of strange matter and frame material, which is expensive. It's basically... Actually, wait, is it 8 fuel rods? Ooh, actually, it's 8 fuel rods and you get 10 times the power out. So you're getting a 20% power bonus, but it's costing you effectively strange matter and frame material. Might be worth it. Huh. Oh, you know what? I think I've turned them off for the time being. I actually did some fiddling around there, and I had to bring in some resources to learn how to make this stuff. But I think we'll leave it as it is for now. The unipolar magnets have actually worked out great. They're actually one of the backlogs we've got here. We're going to have to start transferring that stuff off planet. Actually, I take it back. There is some use to them. If you put in regular antimatter fuel rods and you proliferated them, you get 144 megawatts per second. But if you stick in this strange annihilation fuel rods that have been proliferated, you get 288 megawatts, and it will last 10 times as long. So, well, it won't last 10 times as long, it'll last 5 times as long, I suppose. You're drawing out the power twice as quickly. That's actually pretty good. Don't know if it's worth the frame material, but that's a lot more energy we could get out. How are you guys doing? Exploding nicely? Excellent. And if we check on this, our entire star cluster, we're consuming 24 of those plasma capsules per minute, which I think is plenty. It's fine. Alright, so maybe we will use these. But the thing is, I can turn them off for now. We can always turn them back on again if we want them. You can change this. It's global. So if I change this on any planet, it changes it for this one. So we'll leave off core elements for now to keep things flowing. And I'll go back and put in the last of the buildings and maybe start up a small production facility for this stuff. just having a bunch of these just for the mecha alone is totally worth it. Oh, and one last thing. We still have 14 signal towers in here, 50 laser turrets, and 20 plasma turrets, which means nothing's died here. Everything has been repaired, there has been no loss of resources, and right now, I don't think those shards are being burnt anymore. Or there's no overflow shards. The overflow shards should be coming down here, and they're not, because we're finally spending those shards back home where they should be spent. Next up, we're heading to Big Blue. Big Blue here is a blue giant, and as such, it is, well, quite giant. And the Dyson Sphere we're going to make around it is, actually, let's just zoom in a little bit here. This is a max size hive, I'm pretty sure. And as you can see, it looks absolutely tiny when you zoom out of it. This thing's so huge. It allows you to build the largest Dyson spheres possible. And we've got 3 planets in here, and we are going to try and drain all of the power out of it, and then turn all that power into science. Of course, we still have to build the Dyson Sphere, but yes, we'll land down, we'll start the production process of the Dyson Sphere. We might even do some of the Dyson Sphere production in here or in a nearby system. But I just want to get it started in the next episode. For now, though, I'm going to cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.